Welcome back to the channel. Now some people are say, in this particular scenario, them hopes of Bounty Killer wrong and Vybz Kartel will just be released. Because Bounty Killer's statement is, the system is too ashamed and embarrassed to free Vybz Kartel without a retrial. Now, while predicting that Vybz Kartel will eventually be freed from prison, so now I confuse this with Bounty Killer not believing that Vybz Kartel will eventually be freed from prison because he was quoted as saying that. But he also contended that if the Anyway the DJ, the Fever Ramping Shop, the Dancehall Jordan, the tall one. Now if he's saying if Vybz Kartel had lacked the financial means to take his case to the UK Privy Council, he would not be getting the justice he's seeking in this case. And people believe they are true. That is why the average Jamaican so invested or vested into the results of if Vybz Kartel will be freed. Because most people believe that the only reason why Vybz Kartel will be receiving justice and why he's close to freedom now is because he had the financial means to pursue this. This also a showcase something about the judicial system. Now, Bounty Killer, take the social media, where he pointed out that the state has the option of retrying or releasing Vybz Kartel. And the possibility that the DJ and his co-accused, Sean Storm Campbell, Kyra Jones, Andre St. John, will be freed without a retrial was unlikely. And this is why some people are upset with that particular statement. Bounty Killer is wrong, and that Vybz Kartel will be released without a retrial. Now he says, and I quote, retrial pan speed dial plus bail with no denial. God is in the midst. Now this is something the prosecutors also stated. Because the judge has said, how will we give you, the prosecution, a retrial because the prosecution wants one, when you are admitting, and based on what we are seeing, there will be a breach of the appellant's rights, right to a speedy trial, and things of that nature. Now, what the prosecution say is something controversial within itself. The prosecution has said, grant Vybz Kartel and the co-accused bail until whenever time the case is then called up. So then would be released, be at home with family until it was time for the case. But that's another only controversial part. The major controversial part was the fact that the prosecution said they would be able to prioritize Vybz Kartel's case or request the Supreme Court to prioritize Vybz Kartel's case. Then when the prosecution I think they have some kind of saying how the cases are prioritized. But the defense asks a question the people ask. How can one murder case be more important than another? Remember, if them are going to prioritize Vybz Kartel's case over another case, it would also be another case where someone is being accused of murder. Them are fighting for them freedom, and whoever is on the side of the people who had their lives taken, had their lives lost, whichever scenario, are asked for justice. So how could you prioritize one murder case over another? That's controversial within itself, seeing that the cases was definitely scheduled to be brought before the court before, let's say, a retrial was granted. The cases that are already scheduled to be brought before the court are cases like Donnelly Donaldson, a very high profile case. Donnelly Donaldson. We have Silkiana, high profile case. You have Mrs. Silvera, high profile case. I have a whole heap of high profile cases that just now call to mind right now. But you have a whole heap of high profile cases. No Bounty Killer further went on the side of Jamaican citizen. He's not afraid to talk. Plus him not owe the tax man or the OB man. Him say, if justice was properly served, then the higher courts would not have overturned the convictions. It's only two things can happen now. Is a schedule, a retrial, or you grant them bail and let them go. Point blank, period, Bounty noted. Now I guess what Bounty Killer was trying to say is that if justice was properly served, remember, then they find Vybz Kartel guilty. And if they had believed that Vybz Kartel was guilty based on the evidence, they wouldn't overturn the conviction. No matter what, they would leave it how it stay. But they are saying based on what them say, our Bounty is saying that he believes that based on what them did say, them believe Vybz Kartel is indeed innocent. Bounty went on to say, but we all know they are too ashamed and embarrassed to make them walk free. So imagine what a regular Jamaican would have to face. He noted further on in his comments, all whose money can't take them to Privy Council, dog, nyam them supper. Now somebody commented after Bounty made his post saying that Vybz Kartel don't need no retrial. They need to free up Vybz Kartel now. He has already spent a lot of time in prison already. Bounty Killer then replied, they would die before just setting him or just letting him walk free. So although either way, he will be freed. So Bounty Killer believes that no matter what them trying, even if, because Bounty Killer believes that the state is embarrassed, and them still want to retry Vybz Kartel anyway. But he's saying that with the evidence what them have now, they would rather to release him with a retrial. Of course, as I always see from the comments, most people say no, them put us free Vybz Kartel. Bounty Killer believes they should free Vybz Kartel too. And that's the way him see it. Him say the state has been embarrassed and I gotta try to do anything within them power now for try for, correct it. How them that correct it based upon the evidence for them see, them realize that the prosecution have the case. Them realize that if this case was to go to a trial, obviously the defense would win. But them still said this would be the right way to do it because the Privy Council send back the case to the appeal court for the appeal court decide. Well, other people believe say no. The appeal court now waste government resources or court resources upon a retrial where them realize say it is not possible for the state to win. It's a waste of state resources. But some people still believe say they might grant a retrial. Defense attorneys have pointed out that based on how the judge looked at certain scenarios, the judge did see it from the side of both the prosecution and the defense. The judge cautioned both prosecution and defense. But some people say some of the things that the defense attorneys that talk about, the judge did definitely look into it. Health issues, publicity, how certain narratives were being pushed by the media to the point where the judge say, oh, don't do it. Don't try to write certain things to make people look guilty while they're in the process of a trial or while their case is being looked at by the court. Because in truth and in fact, based upon law, you are presumed innocent until proven otherwise. So you can't have people that say you're guilty while your case is taking place. Now in the court of public opinion, there's something where nobody can stop. People have their own opinions. But as for actual reporters who are there in the court, them couldn't write certain things and left out and add on to make it seem a certain type of way. If them want to do something based upon that after, or give them own interpretations without using anything from where them write from what take place in a court or where them report from in the court, that's different. But if you report on something in a certain type of way without just laying out all the facts and just having people make up their own mind, the judge tell them so don't do that. So the judge definitely look upon it from a different point of view. Not only in the point of view of the prosecution, but also in the point of view of the defense. And tell me what you think. Do you think that the publicity where they might try for downplay is actually way more than they might try for downplay? People all across the world know about the case. People all across the world are waiting upon the results. People interested in what are going. The average Jamaican already hear attorneys are point out say, the cost for carry cases to the Privy Council expensive. Yeah, very expensive. I mean, if in all scenarios, the court have to pay you back the money. But in this particular case, remember, the court over Vybz Kartel some whole heap of millions right now, and not because he marks feet, because the Privy Council said they must give it. But talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what you think. If you're new to the channel, just pass through, click the subscribe icon and then the bell icon. And of course, put it on all. And this is how you know will be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you. Now until the reason again, my sentiments for you and yours is of course for you to live, love and prosper and for you to stay tuned.